What do you think of the parents that kick their kids out as soon as they have turned 18 years old? Well, I was kicked out at 16 and again at 18. My mother had no ambitions for work and decided the low to zero income way of life was a good choice to raise 3 kids, addictions and mental disorders OFC. Anyhow, she demanded $500 per month from me. While I was in high school, at the time, a full-time job at minimum wage would net you about $300 bi-weekly. Needless to say, I first had to drop out of school to work full-time to pay her that. Eventually I got back into school. Cut back on, and quit, jobs until I was part-time and could actually attend school. This caused money to stop coming in, this caused her to be angry, this caused me to become homeless, so now when she asks for help, or simply wants to talk to me, and I don't reply, well, there you go. There were many other things involved, but if you are a dick to your kids, they will be a dick to you when they are adults, rightfully so. Yes, I am now a parent, and no, under no circumstances would I do what she did. It always astounds me how some parents treat their kids like tenants. Then try to casually call them up when they're independent. Nobody wants to keep in touch with their imperialistic landlord. It's worse when you have a sibling who doesn't get that treatment but you do. Not only am I paying rent what I can barely afford to, but now I know they have a favorite and it's not me. Edit. Thanks. Some time has passed since that all happened, but only now am I seeing and understanding how my upbringing really was versus the perspective I had when I was stuck in it. Learning the abuse wasn't normal is tough. Ouch, I relate. When I was 17 my mother wanted £300 a month in rent. Minimum wage for under 18s at the time was a whole £4 an hour, that's 75 hours a month, while I was still in education. At the same time, she completely drained the inheritance I was left by my grandparents that I couldn't access until I was 21. Meanwhile my siblings got their inheritance in full and continue to live at home without paying rent. Really did make me wonder what on earth I did wrong. Maybe I was just easy to take advantage of because I didn't like arguing. Doesn't really matter though, I live in a different country, I'm doing well for myself, and I don't miss them. I hope things get better for you. Dad didn't want to have kids, once we were 7 or 8 years old. My mother pretended to still like us but she didn't seem to, had more independent personalities. I believe that many past generations had children more out of obligation than out of a genuine desire to be parents for the rest of their lives. That's an absolute fact, not just having children out of obligation, but marrying the first person you can out of obligation, to have said children. This person who you may not even like, making children you don't even really want. Source: my parents. Was one of those kids, haven't spoken to my parents in over 10 years. Have no intention on speaking to them any time in the future either. LOL. My roommate was kicked out of his house by his mom when he was 18 by being driven to a gas station a fair distance away and, just left there, on his birthday, he found a way home to find all his stuff on the lawn, the locks on the doors changed, the doorbell disabled. All the blinds and stuff closed, mother hiding within. He lived with his dad long enough to afford his own place and peaced out. Years later he gets a text from his mom who found his number by asking around, basically said, "Hello, is this Jim? It's your mom. Just wanted to catch up," and the ice-cold motherfucker responds with, "I don't know, if you're looking for him, maybe check the gas station where you last saw him, maybe he's still there," and that was the last thing he said. LOL. Apparently she was all pissed off and tried to get at him through his dad, but the dad was like, "You dumped him off at a fucking gas station, you psychopath. How do you think he would feel about you?" and just stonewalled her. He didn't appear too fucked up over it, but I think it left its marks. He moved around a lot, never bought himself a lot of stuff because he said he likes to keep it light so he can up and be gone in an hour kind of thing, which he did. When he moved out he basically packed a large suitcase and a knapsack and was on the bus to the next place. As someone who got kicked out a few days before my 18th birthday, the traveling light is a trauma response. It took me a long time to get over that. From about 1825 I didn't want anything that could not fit in my car. You started off kind of wanting to buy things for comfort, like a mattress etc., but then you have to move again. And now you're out $100 for a mattress etc. 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 Edit. wasn't expecting this to get as many upvotes and attention. I'm glad a lot of you all have also gotten therapy etc. This entire post was definitely an unexpected trigger tonight. My BF got kicked out at 18 and his parents literally said to his face, "Since you were an accident and we didn't mean to have you. We need you out of the house now so we can actually relax like we used to before you were born." Anyway, I think extremely badly of them. Since you're 80, I'm gonna need you to die ASAP since y'all never wanted to be around me in the first place.